Welcome back to Today we will learn about the explosive developments unfolding in Salem as shocking secrets emerge and hearts are put on the line during Thursday's episode on September 11th. Holly Jonas emerges as Rachel's unexpected savior. The emotional turmoil surrounding Rachel Black reaches a devastating crescendo as the young girl faces the harsh reality of her mother's imprisonment. Holly Jonas steps into an unexpected role as Rachel's confidant and protector, demonstrating remarkable maturity beyond her years. The rescue isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional, as Holly recognizes the profound guilt eating away at Rachel's conscience. Rachel's breakdown becomes increasingly intense as she grapples with the knowledge that Kristen DiMera is facing a grueling 6-year prison sentence. The weight of responsibility crushes down on her small shoulders, and she becomes convinced that her testimony somehow contributed to this devastating outcome. What makes this situation even more heartbreaking is Rachel's growing suspicion that her mother isn't the real culprit behind E.J. DiMera's shooting. Holly's intervention becomes crucial as she provides the emotional support Rachel desperately needs, offering words of comfort that help stabilize the distraught child. The complexity of Rachel's emotional state reveals itself through her conversations with Holly, where she admits feeling responsible for the entire chain of events. Her young mind struggles to process the adult consequences of actions she may or may not fully remember. This internal conflict creates a powder keg of emotions that threatens to explode at any moment, making Holly's presence all the more vital. Chanel's ambitious family vision takes center stage. Chanel Dupree DiMera's presentation about babies becomes the catalyst for a major life decision that could reshape her future with Johnny. Her carefully prepared discussion isn't just about theoretical parenthood. It's a heartfelt plea for them to embrace the opportunity that fate has placed directly in their path. The timing couldn't be more perfect, as Johnny has finally cleared his name and secured stable employment as a film professor at Salem University. The presentation reveals Chanel's deep maternal instincts and her burning desire to create the family she's always dreamed of having. She's identified little Tesoro as the perfect addition to their household, completely unaware of the ironic twist that this is the same baby she and Johnny were originally meant to adopt before circumstances intervened. Her enthusiasm is infectious, and she paints a vivid picture of the love and stability they could provide. Chanel's strategic approach to convincing Johnny demonstrates her determination and planning skills. She's researched every aspect of the adoption process, prepared responses to potential objections, and created a compelling case for why they're ready to become parents now. Her passion for this opportunity shines through every word as she describes the nurturing environment they could create together. Tate's crucial discovery unravels Sophia's web of deception. The mounting evidence against Sophia Choi reaches a tipping point as Tate Black inadvertently provides his father with the missing puzzle piece that could expose the truth. Tate's observational skills, honed by months of suspicion and concern about his missing child, lead him to notice inconsistencies in Sophia's behavior and story that others have missed. Brady Black's investigative instincts are fully activated as he processes the information Tate has shared with him. The clue isn't just a single piece of evidence. It's a revelation that connects multiple suspicious elements Brady has been tracking. His fatherly intuition combines with his detective skills to create a clearer picture of what really happened to his potential grandchild. Sophia's elaborate deception begins crumbling under the weight of scrutiny. Her use of padding during her supposed pregnancy and her carefully orchestrated charade following the baby's abandonment at the fire station are finally being questioned by someone with the resources and determination to uncover the truth. Brady's growing suspicion that Tesoro might actually be Tate's son creates an urgency that drives him to seek help from Steve Johnson, a professional investigator who can verify his theories. Rachel's guilt-ridden confession reveals hidden trauma. The prison sentence revelation hits Rachel like a devastating blow, triggering an emotional breakdown that exposes the depth of her psychological turmoil. Her tearful confession to Holly reveals not just surface-level guilt, but a complex web of repressed memories and confused emotions that have been building since the night of EJ's shooting. Rachel's insistence that the situation is all her fault carries more weight than simple childhood guilt. Her fragmented memories of that traumatic evening create a confusing narrative in her young mind, where she struggles to separate what she remembers from what she's been told happened. The protection Kristen is providing by taking the blame becomes both a blessing and a curse, as it shields Rachel from legal consequences while amplifying her emotional suffering. The upcoming prison visit adds another layer of complexity to Rachel's emotional state. The prospect of seeing her mother behind bars, knowing that she played a role in putting her there, creates an anticipation that's both desperate and terrifying. Holly's supportive presence becomes even more crucial as Rachel prepares for this challenging encounter. Leo and Javi unite in their shared parental dreams. The unexpected agreement between Leo Stark and Javi Hernandez marks a turning point in their relationship and their shared vision for the future. Despite the obstacles they face, Leo's criminal history and Javi's mysterious past involving his deceased daughter, their love for little Tesoro creates a powerful bond that transcends their individual challenges. Their joint decision to pursue adoption demonstrates remarkable courage in the face of likely rejection. They're fully aware that the system will scrutinize every aspect of their lives, from Leo's colorful past to Javi's tragic loss, yet their commitment to providing Tesoro with a loving home overrides their fears of disappointment. The competition from other potential parents, including Chanel and Johnny, adds urgency to their decision-making process. Javi's acknowledgement of the challenges ahead reveals his realistic understanding of their situation while maintaining hope for success. His experience with loss gives him a unique perspective on the preciousness of the opportunity before them. Leo's willingness to face potential rejection for the sake of their shared dream shows a maturity and selflessness that his past actions might not have predicted. Johnny's surprise at Chanel's bold proposal. Johnny DiMera finds himself caught off guard by the intensity of Chanel's adoption proposal, even though family planning has been part of their discussions for months. The specific focus on Tesoro, the baby who has captured the hearts of multiple Salem families, adds an emotional urgency to the decision that Johnny wasn't fully prepared for. The timing of Chanel's proposal coincides perfectly with Johnny's new stability in life, but the emotional readiness is another matter entirely. His recent legal troubles and the trauma surrounding the shooting have left him cautious about making major life changes too quickly. However, Chanel's compelling presentation and obvious maternal longing create a persuasive argument that's difficult to ignore. The complications mentioned in the spoilers suggest that their path to adoption won't be smooth, despite their apparent advantages as a married couple with stable income and a loving relationship. The competition from Leo and Javi, combined with the potential revelation of Tesoro's true parentage, threatens to derail their carefully laid plans before they can fully implement them. As these interconnected storylines converge, Salem residents find themselves at crossroads that will determine the future of families, relationships, and the innocent child at the center of it all. The revelations and decisions made in this pivotal episode will ripple through the community, affecting everyone involved in ways they never anticipated. Part 2. Days of Our Lives Recap. Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. The latest episode of Days of Our Lives brought both heartfelt reunions and deep soul-searching as long-buried emotions came bubbling back to the surface. Viewers were treated to surprises, raw admissions, and glimmers of hope for love that refuses to fade away. Theo's unexpected return stirs old tensions. The day began with a shocking moment in the town square. Theo Carver appeared out of the blue, carrying with him not only the weight of his own history, but also the burden of the complicated relationships he left behind. It was J.J. Devereaux who first spotted him, and the encounter immediately carried tension. J.J., who has a complicated past with Theo, seemed startled and almost defensive. In earlier years, J.J. had made terrible mistakes, even once accidentally shooting Theo, a moment that haunted him for years. So when he laid eyes on Theo again, his first instinct was almost protective. His hand brushed near the badge and gun on his hip, a reminder of his role in law enforcement, but also a trigger of old guilt. Theo, however, made it clear that he still felt uneasy around JJ. His eyes darted toward the gun, and he visibly stiffened, as though the past could suddenly replay itself. For Theo, Salem is a place of both love and scars. And for JJ, it's a place where past missteps still shape every new interaction. Their conversation only added to the uneasy atmosphere. JJ began peppering Theo with questions, without considering how heavy they might sound. Theo admitted that he had left the company he was working for in Johannesburg, but his tone was cold, almost dismissive. He offered no comfort, no explanations, just a curt admission and a sharp turn in the conversation. Then, with barely a glance back, he told JJ he had to run, and walked away, leaving more questions than answers. What exactly drove Theo back to Salem? And why was he so quick to shut JJ down? Salem is never a town for short visits. His presence promises deeper revelations yet to come. Marlena's honest confession. Elsewhere in Salem, Marlena Evans, the town's beloved psychiatrist and guiding light for so many, finally admitted what many long suspected. She is struggling. For decades, Marlena has been a pillar of strength, offering advice, counsel, and comfort to friends, family, and patients alike. But even the strongest hearts can feel weary, and on this day, Marlena let down her guard. She confessed to loved ones that she's finding life overwhelming at the moment. The challenges she faces, the pain of those she loves, and the seemingly endless cycle of heartache in Salem are weighing heavily on her. For fans, this was a poignant moment. A reminder that even Marlena, who has stared down demons both literal and figurative, is human at her core. Her vulnerability is what makes her one of the most beloved characters in the show's history. Belle and Shawn. A love story rekindled? At the police station, Belle Black and Shawn Brady found themselves together, working side by side on yet another case. For longtime fans, just seeing them in the same room sparks nostalgia. Their love story, affectionately known to viewers as Shell, has been one of Days of Our Lives' most cherished romances, spanning decades and weathering countless storms. This episode gave those fans plenty of reason to hope. Shawn, with his steady, reassuring nature, could see the self-blame creeping into Belle's heart. She has been torn apart lately, convinced that her choices somehow created the chaos around her. But Shawn refused to let her carry that burden. He looked her in the eyes and told her the truth. None of this is her fault. Life, he reminded her, is messy, unpredictable, and sometimes downright cruel, but it is not a reflection of her worth or her actions. Belle, however, is still haunted by her lingering connection to EJ DiMera. Though her heart has always belonged to Shawn, EJ represents temptation, turmoil, and the dangerous allure of what might have been. The tension between these two sides of Belle has been simmering for months. Yet in this episode, Shawn's quiet words of devotion cut through the fog. "You're the only man I've ever chosen," Belle admitted, her voice trembling but full of truth. For Shawn, it was all he needed to hear. Their shared history, their deep connection, and the family they built together have always been stronger than any obstacle. Reflections on family, Claire's choices. Their conversation naturally turned to their daughter, Claire. Parenthood has always been a central thread in Belle and Shawn's story. They have faced crises with Claire before. Her struggles with rebellion, her messy relationships, and her attempts to find herself in a world full of temptations. Shawn reassured Belle that Claire is doing well, even thriving, now that she is deeply in love with someone new. But the news carried a sting. Claire's relationship came after she betrayed Theo, her longtime friend, with another man. The cycle of heartbreak seemed to echo through generations, reminding Shawn and Belle of their own complicated past. "Like father, like daughter," the narrative whispered. Yet Shawn refused to let guilt take over. He reminded Belle that they have always done their best as parents. Life is unpredictable, but their devotion to Claire has never wavered. And no matter what, they both swore that they would always be there for their daughter, and for each other. A day of truth and turning points. Wednesday's episode was about more than plot twists. It was about truth. Marlena revealed her inner pain. Theo revealed nothing, which in itself spoke volumes. Belle revealed her conflicted heart, and Shawn revealed the depth of his unwavering love.